Namaste and welcome to yet another live stream. Now we are into Ketu conjunct planet. We have already covered Rahu conjunct with all the planets in each of the stream. Now we are covering the effects of Ketu conjunct with all the planets. Yesterday we talked about R- Ketu conjunct Sun. Today we are going to talk about Ketu conjunct Moon. Okay, before we start, those who are watching it as a replay, this session will be in two this live session will be in two parts. First part, I'll be explaining about Ketu and Moon and their effects of conjunction and the characteristics, traits, and all about Ketu and Moon. And in the next part, we will be talking about the question answers. I'll be answering the questions you guys have asked in the comment section one by one. Okay. So here are the rules. Don't spam. Okay. Don't put your question more than once. Otherwise, I will delete you or I will remove you from the stream or I will not answer your stream. I will not answer your question and you will you'll be out of the stream. Okay. You can ask your question once and just wait for me, because when I'm going through the questions you may feel the lag because of the difference of the comments. Okay, but just be with me and I will most definitely read all the comments. Okay, let's pray for the stream, that we all have the best divine knowledge and divine guidance from the universe, God, and that energy. Okay, so let's get started with Ketu conjunct Moon. Ketu is the planet which is unusual planet. Ketu and Rahu have some similarities. Rahu and Ketu bring in transformation. Ketu is an unusual planet, which is kind of a, which is more like a sun, as we talked, as we discussed yesterday. And when this planet conjunct with the moon, it shows that these people have unusual mind. When I say unusual mind, Rahu and Moon is also an unusual mind, but Ketu has some mastery with this mind. Ketu brings in mastery. And what are the significations of the moon? Moon is the planet which represents your mother. It shows that whenever you have Ketu conjunct with moon, it shows certain unusual things around your mother, or you have a psychic deep connection with your mother. Okay. And it also shows that you can tap into the spiritual realm or the spirit realm with your mind. Moon is the planet which is the planet of emotions. When Ketu conjunct with this emotional planet, it shows that you have introvert nature and a dry emotion. You are a kind of a person who other people might find you as a ruthless, merciless at times, but you yourself are introvert and you don't really have the you don't really feel the need for that compassion and the emotions. You have dried up the emotions, you have mastered the emotions. So the one of the greatest traits of moon Ketu person is these people are the best people to cheer other people. But when it comes to these people, no one can no one can bring them out of a bad mood. No one can really help them to get cheer up, because they are so deep. Whatever they do it sincerely and they do it with intensity. Ketu is the planet of intensity, and it is the planet which is disciplined and at times which keeps moving ruthlessly. It is a dry planet, Ketu. Okay, because he is a master. He simply does not have a head, so he cannot think. He simply keeps on moving like a tank. Okay, but moon has emotions. So when moon conjunct with when moon conjunct with Ketu, these people have always have the feeling of discontentment with the material world. These people cannot really enjoy the life. And when I say enjoy the life, these people have all the material riches in the life, yet they feel the lack from within, because this Ketu is with their moon, is the most important planet. See, to enjoy the life, you don't need money, you don't need material belongings. What you need is a happy mind, fearless, content, happy mind is what is required to enjoy the life. You can be happy with whatever you have. Okay, you may have desires, you may have dreams, you may have uh, the material ambitious goals, yet you can be happy with anything, anything which is very simple as well. And that is the Ketu and moon. Ketu and moon gives you certain kind of maturity to your thoughts. It gives depth to your thoughts. When moon conjuncts with Ketu, this Ketu gives them certain kind of psychic abilities, intuitive abilities. Okay, Ketu gives some psychic and intuitive abilities to this person. Another important another important signification with this is these people have a knack of controlling their emotions. You will never see a person with the Ketu moon conjunction getting carried away. You will never see. I have some of my family members with Ketu and moon conjunction, and until I know about them, as in the astrological background, and in that sense, i used to I used to feel how they could manage all these things, how they could be so calm, how they could be so, unaffected by the happenings around them, that used to really make me feel bad about myself at times. But the moment I started learning Vedic astrology, and all this started making sense to me, and this Ketu moon conjunction really helped me to understand more about these people. Okay, another thing about Ketu and moon is Ketu is also associated with the past life as well as your fears. Okay, your fears can also be seen with Ketu, and to some extent through Rahu. And moon is the planet of the childhood. So you might have certain fears in your life which you're holding even today. Okay, and these fears can be anything, like you are uh, from as big as, somebody is chasing you, or somebody is talking to you. Anything, fear can be anything, that paranoia, that fear. And usually this fear comes from the childhood. The roots of this fear are in the childhood. Always, I've seen so many times Ketu moon conjunction fears related to their childhood, because moon is about your nourishment, mother, and is also about your childhood timing, like Your early childhood can be seen with the moon. Another thing with the moon and Ketu conjunction is these people have a deep connection with their mother, as we talked about it. Like these people with mother as well as motherly figures. Okay, we all have those motherly figures in our life which inspire us, which helps us, and you know, which really makes a difference in our life as who we are. So a person with the Ketu moon conjunction will have a deep connection with his motherly love. Okay, guys, if you're getting value from this video and if you're learning something new, please hit the like button. Okay, another thing is when Ketu conjunct with moon. Ketu is from the spiritual realm and moon is mind. So these people have access to some of the spiritual secrets, or the spirit secrets like Akashic records, some divine guidance, something from the other realm, and they can connect with that. Okay, and we rest of us, we have no idea what's happening in. They may be, you know, have a great clairvoyance or some psychic abilities. They might be seeing some messages, hearing some messages which we have no access to otherwise. Okay, another thing with this is they um, whenever they are not feeling well, it's very difficult for other people, like those around these people, to cheer them up. Okay, we talked about them as one of the best inspiring person who can really inspire or, you know, cheer the other person. Why? Because they have mastered the emotions. Feeling is one of the thing, and sharing is another skill. Okay, so those who have not mastered their emotion, they will simply share whatever they feel. But not these people. These people have mastered their emotion, so now they are under control, and they decide what to share and what not to share about what they feel. So they don't really get into any kind of difficult situation with respect to emotions. They are always in control, and they are always feeling the right things at the right time. Okay, but sometimes what happens is these people have a mm, these people don't express themselves well. They hide their emotion, they don't express their emotion, and now that really, you know, builds up that unexpressed emotions. Now that builds up something which might burst one day, and it does. And that is the day when these people express themselves. Okay, so Ketu and moon is the most psychic, spiritual, and emotionally controlled combination. These people are many time are interested in psychology, because these people like to work on the other people's mind. Psychology, these people, if you have anybody with moon and Ketu conjunct, just share with them and just ask them, do they love astrology, or do they not astrology, the psychology? Because now all their life they have some karma in their life which has given them mastery over the lunar or the moon realm of our life. They have mastered the lunar aspect of our life. We have solar and lunar aspect. Okay, So lunar aspect is more about emotional and all the mm, moon characters which we always talk about. So these people have mastered the karma in the past life around this realm. So in this lifetime they have Ketu conjunct with moon. Okay. And it does wonders for them. But with the only downside to this conjunction is they don't express themselves well. They have to control their fears, like they have to express themselves to somebody close to them. Okay, let's say you have moon Ketu conjunct into the first house, or uh, you have moon Ketu conjunct into the eighth house. These guys will be interested into the occult, mysticism. Okay, and these people have a great sense of other people's mindset. What if I say something, what other person might think about this particular um, sentence in this scenario? They have a great sense. They can visualize or sense it within no time, like what's going to happen. Let's say if I said something in this live stream, what what would be the impact on the people attending this or those watching the live session, what they might think. The moon Ketu person can guess this, or he can see through this within no time. That is the skill they have. Anything connected with moon, they are the masters. Okay, how to master Mars, how to master the Ketu moon conjunction. The best way to master this conjunction is to express themselves, express their true emotions, rather than allowing it to build up and burst. It's better to express themselves. They always have this fear. If I express my true feelings, like if I have to say I don't like you, it's very difficult for these people to say this, because they don't want to hurt you, they don't want to lose you, or they don't want a friction. So these people always have certain kind of introvert, nagging discontentment about themselves. So they always want that perfect communication. They always want that perfect, mm, perfect relationship with everybody. When I say relationship, it's not only about the husband wife or relationship with your spouse. Any relationship where one person is related to other person, even if he's related as a stranger, it's a relationship between these two people. Okay, so in all the relationships, these people seek the perfection and absolute nature, which does not exist. We are all having the gray shades. We all have the best days, and we all have the bad days. Okay, so it never works like that. But these people, they want the perfect. If they find somebody perfect according to them, they will never leave them. They will never, you know they will go to an extent to defend them emotionally. Because because Ketu is headless, and now it connects with the emotional planet. Now it becomes even more, you know it is headless, and now it becomes emotional planet. So if this moon is strong, if this moon is guiding this Ketu, these people can become the greatest psychics. These people can become the people who have um, great sense of other people's feelings, right? And what other people feel, their opinions, their desires, these people can sense them quickly and accurately. Okay, so yes, this was Ketu and moon. Now let's jump into the question and answer. Guys, if you're getting value from this video, don't forget to hit the like button. Ishika Ray, Ketu Moon in the third house and Rahu Saturn in the third house. Okay, Ketu Moon in the ninth house and Rahu Saturn in the third house, Gemini Ascendant. Ishika ji, how is your relationship with your mother? Okay, because ninth house is the, whenever I see Ketu placed into the ninth house, I see some kind of discontentment or certain kind of disagreement or disappointment with the parents. Okay, but again, this can be reversed if the lords are working from the higher plane, are well dignified and so on. But as a general prediction, I always see this whenever I see Ketu in the ninth house. Do you get along well with your parents? I just want to confirm. You might have some uh, other mm, planetary aspects which are changing this effect. Next is Mariposa Light. Good evening, sir. Could you please comment on Ketu plus Moon in the sixth house Pisces, Rahu and Sun in the 12th house Virgo? Also, Sun and Moon are Virgo, Tamal, Libra ascendant. Excellent. When you have Ketu Moon in the sixth house, it shows that when you have Ketu Moon in the sixth house, it shows, see, now your Moon is in a Dushtana house and is conjunct with Ketu. So what it shows is, it shows you might have a disciplined mother. Okay, it might show that you have a difficult relationship with your mother. Okay, but this is Vargottama, so you may not experience this. Please share what is your experience around the motherly love. Sometimes sometimes our mother loves us, but we simply have to stay away from her just because of education. But technically we are separated, we live away from each other. Okay, so there are hundreds of scenarios, we just have to see how it's happening in your chart. Next is Rajesh Konduri, present Jupiter Gemini, present Jupiter Mahadasha, Moon Antradasha, Ketu is in Cancer. Ketu is in Cancer in third house. My question is that how much impact to Dasha? This will most definitely impact during its time. Okay, so all the planets will have their own turn in the Jupiter major period. Okay, so check out the major period of Ketu to see the effects around the third house and also the lord of it wherever it is placed in. Okay, I hope this has helped you. Next is Ram Prasad Madapusi Balaji. I am undergoing Rahu Dasha, Ketu Antardasha. I have a lot of mental confusions now. I have Ketu Moon conjunction in Capricorn for, I have Ketu Moon conjunction in Capricorn for Scorpio ascendant in third house. Ketu in Shravana Pada third, Moon in Shravana Pada 2. Okay, so whenever you have Ketu placed in the third house, I see it as like you will have a great connection with your siblings and your associates, but at the same time you will rely upon yourself more than anybody else. Okay, and with respect to the Antradasha and Mahadasha, Rahu Mahadasha, the theme of Rahu Mahadasha is foreign things, And when I say foreign thing, it may not always traveling to foreign things. It might mean that you're connected or attracted towards a foreign culture. Okay, you're living in USA, and now suddenly you are attracted towards yoga, attracted towards Ayurveda, and you want to join in some ashram in India, or you just want to stay in caves, you want to stay in Himalayan caves or something like that. Those urge come in during the mm, uh, Rahu Mahadasha, okay, when it is foreign. Okay, next is Manish Roy. Sir, is it possible, as I saw Ketu moon give kind of a one soul behave like soul science doesn't believe in it, but things exist? Just want to know more about Ketu moon kindly. Kind of. No, Ketu is about the spiritual realms. Okay, and that is impacting your mind. So you might have a spiritual or psychic abilities as well. Blue Stardust, namaste, good morning, sir. Bhabani Shankar Panda, sir, my sister has Moon Ketu Mercury Venus conjunction in the 12th house Scorpio for Sagittarius Ascendant. What are its result? Okay, so whenever you have more than two, three, four planets conjunct, focus on their degrees, and then look at the planets which are closely conjunct with each other. It's quite possible that one of them is far from the other one. Okay, let's say you have four planets conjunct: Moon, Ketu, Venus, and Moon, Ketu, Mercury, and Venus. Okay, so Moon and Venus are far from each other. Let's assume that. Okay, and Venus and Venus and Mercury are closely conjunct. So you can always feel that. So uh, you always have to look at the degrees and see which two planets are closely conjunct. Next is Neha Shituji. Hi. Hello. JP Pranam, sir. Pranam JP ji. Moon Ketu in 11th house, Ashwini Nakshatra, Aries sign for Gemini Ascendant. Okay. So whenever you have Ketu and Moon conjunct in Aries or either of the Jupiter sign, it gives you great abilities with the spirituality. It gives you great insights into spiritual realm. Tony Stark, welcome, Iron Man. I'm having Moon plus Ketu in the sixth house. Aquarius effects, please. Moon plus Ketu in the sixth house, we have already talked about it. Guys, if you're getting value from this video, don't forget to hit the like button and share this video with your friends. And if you want to learn Vedic astrology, join me on 33 days Vedic Astrology Bootcamp. Link is in the pinned comment. Okay, so next is Laveti Achyut. Sir, Moon Ketu conjunct in 12th house for Cancer. Is it good? We talked about it. Yes, it is good. EV, what if conjunction happens in the 8th house for Taurus Ascendant? See, whenever you have Ketu conjunct Moon in Sagittarius, Pisces, or Aries, excellent for your psychic abilities as well as your spiritual progress. And when it is into the 8th house, even better. 8th house is the house of occult science and transformation. Blue Stardust, Ketu conjunct Moon in Aries Ascendant, Saturn in Cancer. Some advice. Thank you for your answer. Ketu moon conjunct in Aries. Okay, so when it's in Aries, right now we are just before this question, we are talking Aries, Sagittarius, and Pisces. Very important planets, very important signs for moon Ketu conjunction. Next is EL. I have Ketu conjunct with exalted moon, but 20 degrees apart. Are the effects just considered slightly weaker? Yes. It won't be as profound as it would have been if they are in close conjunction with each other, let's say within 6 degrees. Okay, the only thing which might change the scenario for you is, let's say you have ascendant degrees close to any of the planets, or is between these planets, so that both these planets become important. Let's say your let me see if I can draw this. Okay, so if this is the planet for the 20 degrees, and let's say your ascendant degree is somewhere here. Okay, so then both this planet A and B, my handwriting is bad. Okay, and so both these planets become important for you. Okay, but otherwise if they are 20 degrees away from each other, they literally have hardly have any impact on each other. Okay, so don't even think about them as a conjunction. Pradeep R, moon Ketu in fifth house in Pisces. I go to depression most often. I have a lot of breakups too. Please advise. Yes, whenever you, the only way I know how it works, just now I told you that nobody can cheer you up. That's the problem with Moon Ketu conjunction. No matter how inspiring video you watch, no matter what your mentor is telling you, you will never feel you can come out of that feeling. Okay, and that is the challenge with Ketu and Moon. So the way to come out of this is to express yourself. One, the moment you start expressing yourself, initially people might, backlash you with their own opinion, will, will say bad things about you initially, but that will cleanse you, that will open you up. Otherwise things will just build up and will burst one day. So we don't want that to happen. So when, and most definitely I would recommend you to take the help of the professionals when it comes to depression, or when it comes to any kind of uh, mental awareness issue. Okay, psychologist or psychiatrist, these people can help you to get out of this. Okay, we all have experienced the depression at least once in our life. We use the word depression quite often without knowing the real meaning of it. But yes, even then, all of us have in our life have experienced the depression. So I would recommend you to take the professional help from the psychologist or the psychiatrist. They have some unique methodologies or exercises which will make you think and will bring you out of this. Okay, just go and take the professional help. And regarding the breakups, this is because it's happening in the fifth house to the mind. And when Ketu is in the fifth house, you always idealize your relationship. You always want that ideal partner. You spiritualize your love, like she will be my soulmate. She will be, or he will be my soulmate. And it doesn't work like that all the way. You need to work upon that. Okay. And when we start working on that, a relationship improves. Okay. But Ketu in the fifth house, yes, it gives you that feeling that you don't want to get into a relationship to any ordinary person. You want that esoteric love, or you want that spiritual love wherein everything is idealized. Don't do that. Otherwise, the other person should also be into the same zone. Okay, to understand what you're saying. Next is blue stardust. My sister has this conjunction. That's why I asked her. She has psychic abilities. Great. I told you, Ketu and Moon, no matter where they are placed in, will give you abilities to tap into those realms. Neha Shitu ji, wonderful explanation. Thank you. Shrishti Pandey ji, Moon Ketu conjunct with Saturn in sixth house in Pisces sign. Libra ascendant. We talked about sixth house. Do you have any specific question around that? Because I don't want to repeat it for the sixth house again. Queen Queen Kadesh. I'm still learning, not sure what question to ask at this point. Thank you for sharing. Just go through it, enjoy the ride, and just go through all the videos and you will have your own questions. But there is a reason why you have joined this mm, stream. Welcome to this stream. Okay, this is a special stream for you, and it will you will always remember this stream. Okay, if you go deep into astrology in future, you will always remember this stream, as this was the stream which really made me interested into Vedic astrology. Okay, next is Sucheta Dangwal. Sir, if Moon Ketu conjunct with Mars in Gemini sign in 8th house. Okay. Moon Ketu in the 8th house, we talked about it. It's about occult optimism. It's about occult and mysticism, not optimism, the mysticism. And more than that, it shows the love for the hidden things. It shows the mind is always into things which are buried underground, which are hidden. These people always want to know the secret of the universe, how universe is functioning, how this universe is created, what is matrix, what is what is this biographic universe, what is this time machine, all these things. These people want to know about the eighth house things, the occult things. These people also will be interested into alternate healings like pranic healing, reiki, or any sorts of healing mechanism, which is limited to some of the people. They would like to gain that knowledge. Okay, guys, if you're getting value from this video, don't forget to hit the like button. Next is Neha Shituji. What happens when Moon plus Ketu in the second house? Yes, whenever you have Moon Ketu in the second house is the house of your speech. Second house is the house of your childhood friends. It shows second house is also the house of your immediate family, the childhood family. Moon is your child. Your childhood period can be seen with Moon. And when you have Ketu conjunct with Moon, shows that you will feel some lack of nutrition, nourishment during your early childhood. Okay, or you may not have that nourishment, or you may have a separation from your mother during the early childhood. El, what would you say about Venus added to Ketu Moon conjunction? I have this in the ninth house. Okay, Moon and Venus are relationship oriented planet, and when Ketu joins in there, it makes you feel wherever, just like Rahu. You can now visualize Rahu, right? Let's say Rahu Mars. Now you know that multiply that energy by 10. That's Rahu Mars. Or Rahu Jupiter. You can feel the effect of those planets. Similarly, whenever you see Ketu placed in any of these planets, let's say Moon Venus conjunction is a blessed conjunction. Wherever you have Moon and Venus conjunction placed in your chart, you will be blessed about that area of your life. Okay, but when Ketu joins in that company, it shows that you yourself will restrict yourself with the absolutes. You want that perfect thing, otherwise you don't want that anything. Okay, and again the ninth house uh, connection of Ketu shows disappointment with your parents. Next is Ship the Seeker. Moon Ketu, Aries in the 10th house. Excellent. Don't worry about it. Nidhi Garg. Sir, I have Moon Ketu conjunct in my D9 chart in 4th house of Cancer. And I'm like, as you described about relationship, but something is missing. Please help. I don't know. Because whenever we talk about D9 chart, it always has to be derived from the D1 chart. Okay, imagine you have Ketu Moon conjunct in Cancer, right? So this Cancer can be anything. Like, let's say there are so many padas, and there are many times the Cancer pada comes in. I don't know what is your Rashi in D1 and in which Cancer pada you have Moon Ketu placed in, which has brought this Moon Ketu into the Cancer sign in D9 chart. Okay, that will have a huge impact on the interpretation. That's why I said I don't know. Okay, next is Sauryan. Next is Sauryan Gupta. I have Moon Ketu conjunct in the 12th house, Aquarius ascendant. I never saw my biological grandmother and also stayed away from my step grandmother. Okay. Okay, so do you have, how is your relationship with your mother? Because Moon conjunct Ketu in the 12th. Separation from your mother? Please share. Nidhi Garg ji, now I'm running under Ketu Mahadasha. Okay. Arti, what do you think about Ketu Moon in Sagittarius in 5th house, conjunct galactic center? We talked about the 5th house, I think. Yes. Swarna as Moon Ketu Mars in Libra in the 10th house, Capricorn ascendant. How will be this effect? Continuous growth in your life. Ishita Roy, yes sir, Ketu Moon in the 9th house, not in my horoscope, but it's in someone else and his relationship is not at all good. You're right, sir. Okay, great. Thanks. Thanks for the confirmation, Ishita ji. SLRS Konda, Moon Ketu conjunct in the 9th house for Capricorn ascendant. Yeah. Yara Sivar in the 7th house, Aries, I have Ketu in the first, Moon 10th degree. In first house, Libra, I have Rahu, Sun, Mercury at the 10th degree. Okay, great. Marposa, right? The relationship with mother have got much, much worse during the Moon Mahadasha. Excuse me. Excuse me. But it also, okay, where did I miss the question? Okay, but also it brought a deep interest in spirituality and mysticism. Moon Ketu in the 6th house, Pisces. Okay, great. So we are not, see, remember, we are not doing anything advanced here. I'm just applying the basics. I'm just applying the house signification to the planet signification with the other planet signification, and what would be the probable outcome of those planets in certain houses. Just like we did for the Mariposa light, 6th house is the house of arguments and delays, diseases, Dushtana house, and it has Moon Ketu conjunct in the sign of Pisces. So she is having a difficult relationship with her mother, but at the same time she's having a great interest in spiritual things because of the Pisces impact. Okay, that's what we have to do. Scorpion, blondish Scorpion. My coworker has this in Sagittarius. He read me in my interview and told my new job things about me, liked he would known me before when he had never met me. Great, thanks for sharing. Vishwas Pujari K. I Moon and Ketu conjunct in the fifth house, Capricorn ascendant, 5 degrees apart, Moon in Kritika. Yes, we discussed about the fifth house. Sir, I'm Libra Lagna. I'm under Ketu Mahadasha and Moon Antradasha in second house. Will I be able to find a job going through days? Yes, you will find the job. Dog dog tag hunters, Ketu conjunct Moon in the ninth house. We have talked about it. Go and watch that, or you might have watched that. I'm reading this question right now. Okay. Lakshman K. Ketu Moon conjuncts in 12th house, Sagittarius ascendant. Ketu Moon in Capricorn in the second house, Shravan Nakshatra. Yes. Pradeep R. Thank you so much. Thank you, Pradeep ji. Dinesh, hi sir. As Atmakaraka conjuncts Ketu with Mars in Libra, sixth house, what are the telling you histories? How to overcome finding it difficult to come out of it? Yes, next is Dheeraj Sharma. Hi, how are you? Dheeraj Sharma ji, after such a long time, you have come to stream. We are doing stream every day. Okay. Okay, what's your question? Moon Ketu conjunction in fifth house for Leo ascendant, aspected by Mars, Sun, and Mercury. How will it predict? With the other conjunctions, we'll talk about it later. But when you have Moon Ketu in the fifth house, it shows uh, you will idealize your love relationship. Is the key signification of this placement. Next is Sucheta Dangwal. Sir, if Venus Ketu conjunction in Libra sign third house, we'll talk about it when we'll talk about Libra. We'll talk about Venus conjunct Moon. Guys, if you're getting value from this video, don't forget to hit the like button. And if you have any question, please share them. We are going to read all the question and we'll try to answer most of them, all of them. I may not have answer to all your question, but I will have an opinion at least. Okay. Next is Grace. If Moon Ketu Venus conjunct in 12th house Taurus Lagna, what will be the effect? Gives you great psychic abilities. Arya Bhatta Mishra, sir, can you tell me Sun plus Saturn in the 8th house of Scorpio Ascendant in Gemini? Yes, but not in this stream. You can ask it as a question in Sun in 8th house or Saturn in 8th house. I'll most definitely answer your question. Do you have any question around Ketu conjunct with Moon? Most definitely ask. I will reply to that. Swarna S. Thank you, sir. Neha Chituji, what happens when Moon Ketu conjunct in the seventh house? Depends upon the Rashi, but as a inherent signification of this, Ketu in the seventh house makes you feel not interested into the relationship, or it delays the relationship, or you find it as a burden relationship. Okay, but it's just when Moon comes in here, it really changes the dynamics of it, and you might feel interested into the relationship. But again, Ketu will make and idealize it, and that could be the problem again in the relationship, just like it did in the fifth house. Next is Dipti Ranjan, Ketu Moon in third house for Gemini ascendant, so it goes into the fifth. Ketu in the sign of Leo. excellent, shows you have well developed self. And now it shows you are going to, uh, you know in the third house it shows the self effort. Now you are well aware of who you are, and now you are having well directed effort. So it's a great placement to have. Genie is effect of moon Ketu conjunct in the ninth. We discussed that. Blue Starist, wow, thank you for your valuable knowledge, sir. I'm studying by myself Vedic astrology, and your valuable information helps me a lot. I have a lot of books about it, sir. Thank you. Blue Stardust, please join us on 33 days Vedic Astrology Bootcamp. I'm waiting for you there. Okay, next is Nidhi Garg. Sorry, sir. Actually, I'm Leo Ascendant and have a debilitated moon, Scorpio, Mars, and Ketu in the sixth house alone. Chart moon Ketu conjunct in Cancer, Ketu Mahadasha now. See, now it changed completely from what you have asked earlier, right? That's why it's very difficult to predict about D9 in the comment section, because we don't know from which pada this has come, from which amsha it has come. We cannot do it. At least I cannot do it here. NP Navamsha Kundali has Moon Ketu in the third in Kanya. Okay, yes. Catherine Moore, interesting. Yes, thank you, Catherine. Dhruva Sharma, sir, please tell the effect of Moon Mars Ketu conjunction in the 11th house for Aquarius. When it goes into the 11th house, it shows you have connection with so many powerful people. It shows you will have connection with people in power, those who have, you know, those who have in power or in government. You will have connection with them. Risha and Papa. I have Moon Ketu in the 12th house, Kanya Lagna. So it goes into Leo. I have chronic insomnia. Oh, so how do you tackle with that? And when did you realize that you have this chronic insomnia? Vishwajit Dash 43, Sun, Moon, Mercury in 11th house in Libra. Akarsh Pratap Singh, Ketu, Uranus, Neptune in the 10th house. Okay. Is there a constant fear of rejection with this combination? Not constant fear of rejection, but uh, constant fear of not uh, fear of having that you are not good enough. That feeling, that nagging discontentment about the self, and this is mental discontentment. Okay, so but when Ketu and Moon are conjunct, it gives certain kind of maturity to them. Okay. Next is Kumar Singh. What happens to Moon Ketu conjunct in the fifth house? We talked about it. It shows you idealize the love, so it can bring in challenge with the relationship, love relationship, not the marriage part of it. Okay. I have Ketu Moon in the 12th house in a Leo sign. Can I wear pearl? Okay. Here is what I do. I don't recommend the gemstones. I don't have any knowledge on gemstones, or I don't know any remedy. So I don't, recommend gemstones and paid remedies. So if you believe in it, go for it. I don't believe in it. I don't go for it. Okay, so it's that simple. Bishwajit Dash 43, Ketu in the third house, Aquarius, Sagittarius. Yes. Next, Sis Miteva. I have Ketu conjunct Moon in the third. Yes. Thank you very much for reading my question, waiting for your valuable feedback. Dineshji, we have already discussed that. When you have Moon in the sixth house, just go and watch that part again. You will have answer to your question. Yes, Sivar, is negative or positive for relationship to have Ketu conjunct Moon in the seventh house in Aries? Moon is exactly opposite to the Sun. See, whenever you have Moon conjunct Ketu in the seventh house, you yourself will feel that you don't want to get into a relationship. Okay, but at the same time, you will be the most capable person to have a relationship. You will be having the resources. You will have the right you will have all kinds of things which are required for the relationship, but you yourself will feel. Do you understand the word feel? Why I'm using it? Because it is connected with Moon. You yourself will feel that, no, I don't want to get married. Let me save some money and move on. Saving money is just an part of it, but eventually you are just postponing your relationship because you don't want to get into a relationship. Okay, chronic insomnia started with, okay, Kumar Singh. Can Moon Ketu conjunction people become film stars, popular one? You can go and watch them. Yes, most definitely. This doesn't make you a star, but many stars have this combination. It doesn't deny you from becoming one. Yara Seaver, what does it mean if Ketu is conjunct to Moon in Aries in seventh? We talked about it, right? 24 Dreamer, this combination in Gemini Dashamsha. We're talking about D1, 24 Dreamer, Rish and Papa. Chronic insomnia started with Mahadasha of Rahu. I have seen many of your videos. I'm learning from your videos. I have Moon Ketu conjunction and I have very strong sixth sense. You're right. Amazing. Rish and Papa, if you want to learn Vedic astrology, join 33 days Vedic astrology bootcamp. It will help you to learn Vedic astrology step by step and go to the next level. Okay, next is Sismiteva. What means having Ketu conjunct Venus, Moon, Jupiter in the third house of Leo? Do I need to give up from love, wealth, and emotions? Is it positive? In fact, you won't care about them much, these three things, and you will still have them because of the Ketu. That's how Ketu works. Okay. Next is Kumar Singh. Please tell if Moon Ketu conjunction become good. I think I have answered your question. I told you not to repeat the question. Okay. Rajeshwari K, in my daughter's chart, Gemini ascendant, Moon in 12th house with Ketu. In my daughter's chart, Gemini ascendant, Moon in 12th house with Ketu. She will be drawn towards spirituality. And you might think that she's an old soul. She will be mature, and as she grows, you will you will see that she's having a spiritual mindset. Cherry Red, can you do Mars conjunct reading in the fifth house in D9 not the D9 ascendant, but we will be covering the Mars conjunct with Mars conjunct with Ketu. Tony Stark, Moon Ketu in sixth by Mars efforts effects, please. Yeah. L- Ram ki A, Lagna Scorpio, Rasi Kumbham, Guru Dasa, Sukurambi favorable. I'm facing a lot of problems, home regards, my love life, marriage. For that, you need to analyze your chart. It is not related to just one planetary placement. Okay. Yara Seaver, thank you for your response. So I don't understand why. Okay. Indian from South, I have a Ketu conjunction in all divisional charts up to D60. I don't even have zero point 0.5 degrees such a Excellent. So you, Indian South, Indian from South. So you resonate well with the Ketu Moon conjunction. Okay, Yara Sivar, thank you for your response. But I'm actually really, really interested in marriage. So I don't understand why Ketu and Moon. So I don't understand why. Okay, for that you need to analyze your Darakaraka, your seventh lord, and your Dasha Pravesh, all those things. Okay, then it will make sense to you. Okay, not sun, Ketu conjunct moon. If you want to learn Vedic astrology, join me on 33 days Vedic astrology bootcamp. Otherwise, I will see you in the next stream tomorrow with another planet. Till then, see you in the next. Love and peace. Hit the like button if you have got value from this video. Namaste.